Jab slip. Jab slip. Jab slip. Ooh, a nice one. Again. Oh yeah. Slip one, two. Jab slip. Jab slip, across. Across. Boom, boom. Let's start right now. Jab slip, across. Jab. Slip, slip, across. Jab.
Mike Tyson has reportedly leaked footage of sparring versus Jake Paul. Both fighters allegedly sparred with each other during Jake's training camp for Nate Robinson. Moreover, there is a heated debate regarding Jake Paul's chances against Mike Tyson. Some believe Paul's youthful vigor will overwhelm Tyson, while others are confident that Tyson's seasoned experience and formidable strength will bridge the 31-year age difference. However, Chael Sonnen has a distinct perspective on why he believes the problem child will triumph. He said, Kevin McBride back then beat the hell out of Mike Tyson and sent him into retirement. If that version of Kevin McBride versus Jake Paul fought right now, Jake Paul would beat him. At 27, Paul has squared off against several opponents, though critics often point out that most were past their peak, except for Tommy Fury, who handed Paul his sole defeat. In contrast, Iron Mike Tyson's final professional bout occurred in 2005 against Kevin McBride, ending in a 6th-round stoppage loss. Though McBride was Tyson's final professional opponent, Tyson returned to the ring in 2020 for an exhibition match against Roy Jones Jr., which ended in a split decision draw. Nonetheless, Sonnen's forecast for the bout remains unchanged by this exhibition match. Reflecting on the Jones fight, Sonnen said, I thought Mike went out and looked very good against Roy Jones. However, Sonnen contended that a victory for Paul over a prime McBride would compel people to acknowledge Paul's strong potential to defeat Tyson today, considering Tyson's limited fighting activity over the past 2 decades. Nonetheless, the implementation of 2-minute rounds could play to Tyson's advantage by preserving his stamina and enabling him to launch powerful bursts without exhausting himself. This strategic aspect is exactly what a former world champion boxer is banking on for the showdown between Paul and Tyson. In a discussion with Fox News, Timothy Bradley expressed confidence that Tyson will triumph, particularly with the recent rule changes working in his favor. He said, Mike Tyson, knock it out, baby. It can happen. 2 minutes is going to favor Mike Tyson, banging him to the body, hitting him with power shots. Bradley, who has gone up against opponents like Manny Pacquiao and Jesse Vargas, believes that Tyson can knock out the Disney boy in just 2 minutes. Additionally, Tyson has expressed a desire for shorter rounds to enhance the excitement in the ring. He stated, if we have shorter rounds, we'll fight more action. However, this approach might jeopardize Tyson's storied legacy in boxing. The upcoming fight will ultimately reveal if Tyson can overcome Paul's youthful vigor. Additionally, boxing legend Lennox Lewis remarked that Jake should consider himself lucky for not having to face Tyson in an actual fight.
Are you looking forward to the Tyson fight with Jake Paul?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Lewis shared with TMZ his anticipation for the upcoming event, expressing confidence that it would be an exciting match. He stated that he didn't mind the fight being non-professional and voiced his concerns for Jake's safety, admitting he would feel terrible if Jake were injured and hoped to avoid such an outcome.
Do you wish it was a sanctioned fight and not an exhibition like it's going to be?
No, because I would feel really bad for Jake Paul. I don't want him to get hurt.
Tyson has firmly stated that this match will diverge from the typical fights. Lewis, who triumphed over Tyson in their 2002 clash, believes Jake should value the unofficial status of the bout. Lewis stands alongside boxing figures, lending support to the event, with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury echoing their approval. Joshua said on the Jonathan Ross show, I personally think it's really good. I think the boxing hardcores, they don't like it because they think, why are they disrespecting our sport? But I think that person brings all these people into boxing, which benefits everyone else. Everyone viewing helps. Tyson Fury expressed, to the stomping ground, his enthusiasm for the impact of the event on the boxing world. He emphasized the significance of having a legend such as Mike Tyson participating, alongside the remarkable rise of a YouTube sensation who commands millions of followers and views. Fury acknowledged the polarizing nature of the YouTube boxer. Jake Paul, highlighting the diverse spectrum of opinions surrounding him, from adoration to disdain. He further added, so I think it's a really good spectacle for boxing, bringing a lot of people to the game. Listen, who am I to say Mike Tyson shouldn't be boxing, or Jake Paul shouldn't be boxing? Good luck to them. They're both gonna make what I call a ton of money out of it. So isn't that what it's about? Fury elaborated on his experience at the stadium during the Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo Alvarez bout, remarking on its grandeur and suitability for such a spectacle. He expressed his belief in the event's potential to be spectacular for the fighters involved, emphasizing their compensation and the entertainment they would provide. With a hint of perplexity, he questioned what aspect of the event could possibly be disliked. Fury added, "Okay, one guy is 57 years old, but he's a former undisputed world heavyweight king. As for Paul," Fury said, "listen, from being a kid on the Disney Channel to fighting Mike Tyson, who wouldn't want to do that? You've got to admire them both. Does the core of a fighter fade with time, wearing away their resolve, vigor, and mentality? The upcoming showdown between Tyson and Paul serves as the litmus test for this contemplation." Thus, in a recent dialogue with Boxing King Media, Roy Jones Jr. sought to reassure fans while cautioning Paul, likening Tyson to a relentless pit bull.
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul is officially announced. 16-ounce gloves, 2-minute rounds. You're the last person to share the ring with Mike Tyson. Is it, is it too dangerous for a guy at that age, or is it dangerous for Jake Paul?
They ain't wearing 16-ounce gloves and headgear to save Mike Tyson. Trust me.
Entering into dialogue with the former world champion, the journalists swiftly immersed themselves in a discussion about the nuances of the regulations, openly contemplating the potential hazards faced by Tyson and Paul. Drawing from personal experiences of confronting Iron Mike's unyielding ferocity in the squared circle, Jones Jr. boldly declared that the 16-ounce gloves offered little in the way of safeguarding Tyson. When questioned about Tyson's resilience in the ring at 58, Roy conveyed that both he and Tyson embodied the spirit of warriors, where age held no sway over their ability to absorb blows. He underscored their shared commitment and fervor for the sport, suggesting that if Tyson could match his condition during their bout, he'd present a daunting challenge to any adversary.
What's it like at that age getting punched? Because people are obviously raising that as a potential concern.
Man, listen, when you're a warrior, it don't really matter. Instead, we warriors. We don't care about getting punched. We don't care what age we are. This is what we do. If he can get in shape like he did with me to go 8 rounds, he's trouble. He's a problem for anybody, because he is Iron Mike.
As the conversation veered towards classifying the upcoming bout as a pro match, Roy wasted no time in delivering a stern message to Jake Paul. He emphasized that labels could be applied as they pleased, cautioning that Mike had no concept of holding back. Drawing a vivid analogy, Roy likened Mike to a pit bull, highlighting their innate drive to engage fully, insinuating that the event's classification wouldn't alter its intensity. It would escalate into a battle regardless.
And they're labeling it an exhibition, but we saw with your fight with him, he wasn't holding back. He was like...
He don't know how to hold back. They can label what they want to. Mike don't know how to hold back. Mike's like a pit bulldog. A pit bulldog don't know how to play. It's going to turn to a fight either way.
Despite the considerable difference in years between them, Roy Jones Jr. is steadfast in his belief that Mike Tyson will emerge victorious against Paul with ease. The accuracy of his foresight will only come to light when the two pugilists square off in the ring. Alongside his exploits, Jake Paul has crossed gloves with revered names in the combat sports domain, particularly in the UFC. However, this venture hasn't shielded him from skepticism, with dissenters contending that his triumphs occurred against adversaries whose prime had passed. However, Paul strides into the boxing ring, ready to face a legend of the sport despite the latter being 58 years old, signifying a momentous juncture in his journey. Furthermore, Paul has divulged his reflections on the upcoming bout against Mike Tyson, while appearing in his BS with Jake Paul podcast on April 4th, The Problem Child. Expressed, "I'm a little scared because it is Mike Tyson, and I feel like when I look across the ring, I'm just going to have a wow moment that I am actually about to fight Mike Tyson." But Mike Tyson's return to the boxing ring is creating waves. Though opinions regarding this fight are sharply divided, the date is unwavering because both boxers seem certain about their impending victory. Meanwhile, in a bold move, Mike Tyson has issued a stark warning to Jake Paul, dropping yet another set of training footage. With his sights set firmly on both current boxers and detractors alike, Tyson has called out envy as the driving force behind criticisms hurled his way and directed towards his opponent, Paul. Despite the chatter surrounding his return to the ring, the former heavyweight champion displays an awe-inspiring level of fitness, effortlessly showcasing his trademark power and agility. Under the guidance of coach Rafael Cordero, with fresh glimpses into his rigorous training regimen, Tyson offers a first-hand glimpse into the formidable challenge awaiting Paul when they clash in the heat of summer. In the video, Tyson unleashes a barrage of moves, giving fans a taste of what it would be like to take him on in the ring.
Jab, sleep across, jab. Sleep across, jab.
Tyson makes it clear that he approaches his training with the intensity of a true championship bout, underscoring his unwavering commitment to being prepared for any challenge. Tyson emphasizes that, in essence, it's more than just a fight. It's a bona fide fight. Furthermore, Tyson asserted his disbelief in Jake Paul's supposed superiority in speed. He acknowledged Paul's intent to inflict harm, a tactic familiar to him, and contended that Paul would be sorely mistaken in his strategy. He added, "I don't think he's faster than me. I've seen a YouTube video of him at 16 doing weird dancing, but that's not the guy I'm fighting. This is a guy who's going to try and hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken." As Tyson meticulously sharpens his abilities in preparation for the looming match, Jake cavalierly views the scenario as mere entertainment. Yet, amid their contrasting approaches, Mike issues a stern cautionary message, capable of unsettling even the most experienced pugilist. With only a scant few months left until he squares off against one of the legendary heavyweight champions of all time, the significance of the imminent clash burdens their thoughts. Presently, Tyson harbors a foreboding message for Paul.
It's like you were on your A game in the video. I mean, do you feel? Yeah.
I don't think he's faster than me.
Right. How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Prepare for a clash of generations. As a 27-year-old YouTube sensation, boasting just 10 matches, steps into the ring to face off against the legendary 57-year-old Tyson. It's a showdown that has tongues wagging, since Tyson's last exhibition match with Roy Jones Jr. in December 2020 ended in a stalemate. The age chasm between the two fighters has sparked intense debate, with experts and influencers expressing concerns over Tyson's safety should he take a heavy hit. Yet, amidst the buzz, Tyson has a resolute message for his doubters.
Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it, and that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality. And in reality, I'm invincible.
Furthermore, Mike Tyson appears to be in stellar form, just 3 months ahead of his clash with Jake Paul. Commencing his campaign for the eagerly awaited July 20th spectacle, he engaged in a fan meet and greet in Virginia, gracing the stage alongside the legendary boxing figure Roberto Duran. The Panamanian, who is considered to be among the greatest natural fighters in history, was standing next to Tyson, who was trying to dazzle the crowd with his abs during the event. Duran shared the photo with the following caption on social media: "Good morning, family. Every day I am improving and grateful to my God and all his messages of love. Here I am sharing with my friend that I love very much, Mike Tyson. Next time I'll go shirtless. They are wanted for free. Stone hands." Tyson, who stood alongside fellow boxing royalty, even shouted upon arrival at the event, "I don't need a shirt. I have to show them what they are betting on. I want to show off how good I look, how in shape I am." In defiance of his advancing age, Tyson stands firm in his resolve to step back into the boxing ring once more. Despite warnings of potential health risks, especially given his past knockouts and the fact that he's no longer in his prime, Tyson remains undeterred. Ignoring medical advice, he's already commenced rigorous training sessions under the guidance of Coach Rafael Cordero.
I communicate ahead of time.
Critics hailing from the boxing and MMA spheres have united in dissent against the impending match, drawing the ire of influential figures like Eddie Hearn, Ricky Hatton, Conor McGregor, Colby Covington, and Dana White, all chiming in with their critiques. Yet amid the clamor, Tyson remains steadfast, honing his skills diligently for the impending showdown, while snippets of Tyson's training regimen have surfaced across social media channels. Whispers cast doubt on their currency, hinting at potential staleness. Nevertheless, Tyson radiates unshakable assurance in his capacity to conquer his younger adversary, irrespective of external skepticism. Both fighters take their fight extremely seriously. Although the two boxers have always gotten along well, there have been rumors that tension was evident during the 7 hours of negotiations that preceded the battle. Paul recently said on his podcast, "When you sign the contract, something changes, right? Even if we want to feel that, but it's like we are facing off? Obviously, I love him and respect him so much. I'm honored to be going into the ring with him, but we are fighting each other." In the whirlwind of opinions swirling around the looming showdown, British fighter Dave Allen's perspective shines with a distinctive condemnation, mirroring the feelings of numerous others. With Tyson poised to enter the ring against a young boxer whose professional acclaim may be lacking, but whose current prowess is undeniable, Allen's stance resonates profoundly. Dave Allen, in an interview with TalkSport, articulated his concerns as follows. As far as the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight goes, I think it's dangerous. Mike Tyson is one of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived, but at 58 years of age, he shouldn't be getting hit. Mike Tyson's presence at the upcoming event could face disruption before July 20th under limited circumstances. The foremost concern looms in the form of a substantial injury incurred during his rigorous training sessions preceding the match. Such an incident would unquestionably be the leading cause for his absence. Alternatively, unforeseen personal matters or medical exigencies might also emerge, compelling Tyson to reassess his involvement as the event draws near. Allen added, Jake Paul is a young man. He's in shape, and he's ended up being a half-decent professional boxing prospect. So for me, it's dangerous, and it shouldn't be happening. Jonathan DiBella, current holder of the esteemed strawweight kickboxing world champion title, recently divulged his thoughts and foresight regarding the upcoming boxing spectacle. DiBella stunned many by firmly pledging his support for Tyson over Paul in the forthcoming bout. He elaborated on his reasoning in a candid interview featured on the Calf Kick Sports YouTube platform. He said, Mike Tyson all day. He's getting him. Yeah, I can't say no to Mike, doesn't matter what age. He's still gonna have that punch. The selection of the Canadian-Italian prodigy is undoubtedly logical, yet Jake Paul is sparing no effort in his preparation to establish supremacy over Tyson. Firmly convinced that this match will mark the zenith of his career, Jake is resolute in showcasing his utmost prowess when he squares off against Tyson. Striving for peak performance, Jake, in his dual role as fighter and promoter, has recently immersed himself in grueling training sessions alongside Olympic-caliber boxers at the lofty Colorado Springs Olympic and Paralympic Training Center, nestled at an awe-inspiring altitude exceeding 6,000 feet.
I woke up one day and stopped making excuses. I woke up one day and stopped playing the blame game. I woke up one day and looked at the man in the mirror and was like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Wake up, it's showtime, let's go!
In his latest video drop, Jake Paul flexed his muscle by stepping into the ring for a showdown with none other than the infamous Lil Pump of Gucci Gang fame. As they squared off in the center, the rapper poised himself for action, but Jake wasted no time, unleashing a powerful strike to his opponent's gut. Lil Pump doubled over in pain, collapsing onto the mat as the sounds of his distress reverberated throughout the arena.
Is he okay? I told you I have to do it. Oh, fuck.
In a buzzworthy interview that's got tongues wagging, Jake Paul dropped a bombshell, asserting his belief in his punching prowess, claiming he can throw fists on par with the boxing icon Mike Tyson. This declaration comes amid escalating excitement surrounding the impending showdown between Paul and Tyson, sparking fervent debate and chatter among boxing aficionados.
I don't get why people, like, it's very 50-50, but to the people that don't think I'm gonna win, it's like, I'm younger, faster, sharper, and can hit at the same levels that he can and be able to take his punches. So
Paul, renowned for his audacious and self-assured attitude, has always embraced the spotlight with gusto, never hesitating to make daring proclamations. Yet, likening his punching prowess to that of Tyson, a titan of the heavyweight division revered for his ferocity, elevates Paul's self-assurance to unprecedented heights.
You got balls, like, step in a ring with Mike Tyson, boy.
It is definitely a lot to face and go up against, but I think I'm just like wired differently to like I just feel like it's like destiny for me to be involved in the sport. Like,
former UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland didn't mince words when discussing Jake Paul's latest foray into the boxing world. Speaking with the Schmo, Strickland highlighted the significant age difference between Tyson and Paul, voicing strong opposition to Paul's decision to square off against Tyson. He said, I mean, how old is Mike Tyson? 60. Jake Paul, you are a disgrace of a man. You are the epitome of weakness. You are the scum of the earth. The fact that you even have a platform or anything of that nature is a slight on society. You truly make me disgusted. And if I ever encounter you in real life, I hope that I just don't lose my shit and go to prison. In a recent Instagram share spotlighting a snippet from his conversation with the Schmo, the UFC combatant reasserted his stance, promising his fans that he'll soon be tackling Paul head-on. He said, "You tried boxing once and lost to a part-time boxer. So now you pick a 60-year-old man. I'm glad the world understands you're a weak man. One day we will settle up." But Mike Tyson has been warned by former world champion Andre Ward that taking on Jake Paul in the ring bears a serious risk. When questioned by Fight Hub TV regarding the match, Ward stated, "I don't know, man. It's a spectacle. I'm going to watch it. I see people on both sides like Mike shouldn't be in there. Maybe not." Ward expressed his perspective, noting that among 58-year-olds, Mike Tyson might not be the one keeping him up at night. He recognized the ongoing challenges in Tyson's life, tracing back to his early years and persisting into the present. Ward added, "If there's a 58-year-old that I'm not too concerned about, it's probably Mike Tyson. It is risky. Well, Mike's life is risky. It's been risky since he was a kid until now. Boxing is risky. How are you going to tell a man that's hardwired the way he's Mike Tyson? You can tell him he ain't got a shot in that fight." Ward expressed some ambiguity about his stance on the issue, admitting he's not entirely certain. However, he affirmed his intention to tune into the fight without fail. Reflecting on Jake Paul, Ward remarked on the strategic approach taken by Jake and his team in opponent selection. He pointed out the pattern of Jake Paul consistently opting for opponents with increasing prominence, adding a layer of intrigue to the unfolding scenario. Ward further added, "I don't really know where I stand on it. I'm going to watch it." For Jake Paul, it's like Jake and his team are being strategic, picking the right names, and he keeps picking bigger and bigger names, so it's going to be interesting. Before the bout commenced, Kenny Rainford, a retired professional boxer, boldly asserted his belief in Tyson's victory over Paul, despite lingering health concerns. Recognizing the apprehensions within the boxing fraternity, Rainford remained unwavering in his confidence that Tyson would emerge triumphant. Rainford said, "He's lived hard and trained hard and he's doing that now. Jake Paul hasn't been hit by a heavyweight. He struggled against Tommy Fury at cruiserweight. The problem will be when Tyson hits him." Rainford emphasized that Tyson's age remained a significant hurdle, coupled with the evident decline in his once formidable engine. In contrast, he pointed out Paul's sharpness and agility. Additionally, he underscored the urgency for Tyson to swiftly neutralize Paul, as prolonged engagement would only amplify the punishment he'd endure. Rainford added, "Tyson still got the age against him, and the engine isn't what it once was. You can't take away natural youth. Paul is quite sharp himself and quick. Mike is going to have to get Paul out of there double quick. The longer it lasts, the more punishment he'll face." Rainford speculated that Tyson might overcome him within 2 or 3 rounds, while also considering the chance of Paul securing a victory through points, or even possibly halting him in the later stages of the match. Rainford said, "You can't ignore the age, and I can see it from both sides. I can see Tyson doing him in 2 or 3 rounds, and I can see Paul winning on points or potentially stopping him late on. I predict Tyson will stop him inside 3 rounds. Although Mike Tyson hasn't participated in a ring match in 19 years, he will return later this year." His most recent training video demonstrates how challenging Jake's matchup with him will be.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Look where your left hook is when you finish, Mike.
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.